Today's coverage brought to you by EA Sports and the PGA Tour. Hello again and welcome. Rich Lerner alongside my friend and colleague Frank Nobilo, calling all the action for EA Sports. We're at Quail Hollow in Charlotte, North Carolina. And Frank, what makes this such a good test?
It's got a great flow to it, Rich. Holes that bend in both directions, changes of elevation, the phenomenal finish that's named the Green Mile, which is 16, 17, and 18, some reachable par fives. Players have gone low here as well. Don't get me wrong. I mean, there's plenty of opportunities. It's just a great blend, Rich.
Frank, this is not an overly long opening hole at 418 yards. What's the best play?
Something down the left, using that slope of the fairway to kick it to the right, and just try and avoid that bunker. Either go past or short of it.
That one is bunker bound, it looks like. Well, we'd like to have that one back in the bunker.
Still a chance to get it up and down.
Not quite what he was hoping for. The tee shot in the bunker.
Oh, that's it. New member of the 300-yard club.
Good poke right there. Second shot from 130.
In the direction of the sand.
And looks like it. He just missed the bunker. Second shot now for Martin Kaymer. This one looks like it's headed right for the middle of the dance floor, Frank.
Rather nice shot, I would say.
That's good stuff right there. Wonderful approach, and now a really good look at birdie. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus.
Do that.
Here's a birdie putt now for the 2014 U.S. Open champion, Martin Kaymer. -1 in the early going. Teeing it up here at the second hole, Frank, it's a short par 3.
Yeah, it plays a little bit downhill, about half a club, Rich. There's a sort of shallow bunker in that back area, and also that green starts to reduce in size on the left side. Good par 3.
Nice play right there. That's in pretty close.
No snack, though.
Hard putt, soft hands, beautiful roll. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Makes the putt and moving in the right direction, 2 under par. Moving on to the third hole now. It's a par 4, 452 yards.
Big sweeping dogleg left, and the fairway actually goes in the opposite direction of the dogleg. Must hit a good tee shot for 2 reasons. One, to find the fairway, and also the length of this hole, over 450 yards.
Frank, it may be obvious you'd rather have a ball sitting up perfectly in these fairways as opposed to the deep rough off to the left or right. But how is a player able to take advantage when he has that good lie?
Well, anything better than that would be sitting on a tee. That is a perfect lie. It almost guarantees good contact.
Frank, this one's going too far left, it looks like.
Yeah, it was fine there for a little while, but if it keeps going left, it's doomed. Oh, that's off the beaten track. You've got 5 minutes to find it.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. Frank did the prudent thing there, didn't he?
Yeah, in the end, really, you could have turned that into a disaster instead. Actually, a good chance, really, to perhaps get away with par.
Now the approach here at the third. Frank, ball is in the rough here. What are the problems on this next shot?
Well, this is really where the skill level comes in. A good par. This is where the good player separates himself from the rest.
Frank, you like his chances to walk away with a par here?
Well, with a good shot, Rich, yeah, that's certainly on the cards in that. And you think you just write a par down at the end of the hole, don't tell anyone about it. It certainly won't affect the scorecard at the end of the day. So that's the goal right here.
He'll need to be strong with this. How about that shot? From that lie to get it that close, tremendous effort. Getting set now over the putt. Wow, I can't believe he found the cup on that one.
Clean up on aisle 5.
This is a par attempt for Kaymer. So 2 under early on. Now to the 4th hole here at Quail Hollow, just under 490 yards.
Yeah, they used to have the tee on the right side, which actually made that tee shot very uncomfortable. When they put the new tee box in on the left side, it's a little easier to hit that fairway because that fairway slopes from right to left.
Frank, this one's not looking good.
Yeah, certainly not down the fairway line, heading toward the rough.
Well, he pays a price for that.
Yeah, when you don't see the top of the ball in the rough, you know it's not sitting pretty. Gonna need a bit of force to extract one out of there. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie. And it is not looking like a good lie.
This is way left going left.
And that one's going to be in the rough, it looks like. Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. Well, that's what the great ones do. From the rough, they use their skill and their strength to get it out and get it close. Frank, this ball's in the rough. Anything you change in your technique when a ball's sitting down a little bit?
Yeah, you put the ball back a little bit further on your stance because you're going to get a bit of grass between the ball and the club face. So you have to allow for that and keep that club moving. That grass is going to be that grass is going to create a certain amount of resistance. Well, the fourth hole looks like it's going to claim another victim.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. Holding steady now at 2 under par. Just a couple of feet. Just a shade over par, +1. Now to the first par 5 here at Quail Hollow, the 5th hole. It's 570 yards, and it would seem, Frank, that this tee shot sets up well for a guy like Rory McIlroy.
It does. Someone that hits it long and moves the ball right to left, and that's what you're going to have to do here. One of the main reasons for that is not necessarily the dog leg, but the fact that the fairway, Rich, slopes away from you. It slopes to the right and away. So that makes that tee shot so much more difficult.
They'll pay a little bit of a price for missing the fairway here because from that rough, you cannot control the spin on the golf ball. Looks like he's going to have a go at it here at the par 5, his second shot.
Good recovery shot. Couldn't make the green, but at least he's back in play.
Played the smart shot right there. Well, certainly playable from here. Ball is in the first cut. Not too bad. You can see a little bit off balance on the tee, and that one is going to be in the rough. And it looks like it's in the rough there, Frank.
It might not be as bad as it looks.
This one will play a little bit longer. It's up the hill to that green. Good-looking shot right here. You can't hide the flagstick from that man.
He is just unbelievable. That never deviated offline.
Just trying to make clean contact from the rough. Kaymer has a beautiful rhythmic putting stroke. This is a birdie bid. Takes it to 3 under for the day. Locked in on the read and the speed. Back at par with that solid birdie. Wow, Frank, this is all you want in a par 3. 250 yards here at the 6th.
Hey, that's what these guys need, especially in a PGA championship. Fortunately, the hole plays a little bit downhill, but 250, whichever way you cut it, is a big par 3.
Slight miss, and he'll have to deal with some of the heavy grass.
In the direction of the sand.
Looks like it. Second shot coming out of the rough here. Wow, Frank, he did well just to get it on the green from that lie.
I didn't think that was doable. Second shot. It's no snack, though.
Just has the feel today. This would give him the par. Drops it, and he's at even par. Well, Frank, an eagle is in play here at the par 5 7th.
And a 6, and a 7, and an 8, or a 9, actually. This is a potential scorecard record, the 7th hole. Many a tee shot has found that creek on the right, trees, problems on the left. There's no question there's a reward for a good tee shot here. But then there's a decision on, do you go for this par 5 and 2?
Good news is, was able to retrieve the golf ball.
Yeah, on dry land, and can he carry it this time, though?
Third shot now, after the last one found the deep blue.
Yeah, you can still minimize the damage here. It's only one bad shot that you got punished for.
Frank, this one's offline.
There's rough and thick stuff over there.
He moved that one out there, but he is not going to like the lie.
That moved down in the rough.
Set to go. Not an easy shot by any means. Frank, that was a pretty tough lie out of the rough there.
Yeah, it made that actually a little easier than what it really is. It would have been too easy to try and bite off more than you can chew. So I got to give him a pat on the back for that.
Back in the fairway.
Normally you'd say that's a bad tee shot, but this is a pattern, Rich.
He's going to have to find something, Frank, other than the rough.
Yeah, there's hitting it right and there's hitting it left, but when he got it going out of both barrels, the game becomes hard.
Now set for the second shot here at the par 5 7th hole. Wouldn't say that was his best, but not bad either. On the green and with a putt. This is a pretty long putt here. You'd be happy to get this to within 2 or 3 feet. You really want to take the stress out of that next putt. Yeah, that's a good putt right there. From that distance, he'll settle. Here's a birdie try now for Hunter Mahan. Goodness, Frank, that is painful.
Oh, yeah, you'd rather miss the hole at times, wouldn't you?
Trying to limit the damage here. This putt is for bogey. Well, too bad. He gives one back.
Even par, currently.
Did the job right there. Frank, I love a drivable par 4. In the modern power game, it really adds an element of excitement. And here we go at the 350-yard par 4/8.
Well, you're definitely going to love this one then, Rich, because it ticks all the boxes here. There's no water in play, just a few bunkers down the left and the one that protects the right side of the green. And you've got a really narrow green, so plenty of reward with minimal risk.
Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
Be a little disappointed with that because it lands in the rough and it appears to be fairly thick over there. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
But still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par.
Frank did the prudent thing there, didn't he?
Yeah, in the end, really, you could have turned that into a disaster instead. Actually, a good chance, really, to perhaps get away with par.
Frank had hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
You wonder what he's thinking on that.
Been this way all day. Airtight, no mistakes, solid shot.
And yet another green in regulation.
Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Still even par for the day. So just a formality here. Now at 1 under for the round. Frank, this is a really good way to finish out the front side here at Quail Hollow. 495-yard par 4.
Yeah, it's the longest par 4 at Quail Hollow. Some say it might be the toughest. I'm not quite in that camp. And the reason why, that green slopes in from both sides, the left and the right. But you can see why good drivers have done well here, because there's a big reward for thumping a big, long, straight drive down here.
Just a good, solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards. Frank made this hole just a little bit harder hitting it into the rough.
I would say a lot harder.
Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in.
Good recovery shot. Couldn't make the green, but at least he's back in play.
Played the smart shot right there. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
This is a good-looking shot.
It's like cyber vision. Shot after shot, right at the flag.
Just dialed in. Frank, break down this approach shot here at the long par 4 ninth.
Well, it's a lengthy one. A nice high, soft landing shot would work, but don't be too concerned if you're a little left or right of target, because the mounding on the green should help in your favor.
This is a par attempt for Kaymer. Good effort and good par putt. Not a gimme, but well within his range. In red figures at 1 under par. Excellent front side, trying to keep it going here on the second nine.
He's just playing beautifully, hitting so many good shots, giving himself so many opportunities. Can he keep it going?
Frank, did you hear the sound of that coming off the club face?
It was like a cannon.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
That one is in the fairway, down there about 290 yards. Missed that one, and it is going towards the rough. So that ball nestles down in the rough. Just got away a little bit on that tee ball. That was a pretty nasty lie out of the rough. He did the right thing there, Frank. Good lie in the fairway, but a good chance to make something happen here. Frank, not surprisingly, Rory McIlroy owns the event record here, 21 under par. That came in 2015. He won by a touchdown by 7 shots. And then we all remember what he did here in 2010.
Yeah, remember the runner-up, which was Patrick Rogers. He shot 14 under. And that's won just about every other championship at this event. So it shows you the magnitude of Rory's victory. An artist needs a canvas, a golfer needs a golf course. For Rory McIlroy, Quail Hollow was the perfect landscape to show his skills.
Frank in a bit of trouble here at the par 5, missing the green on that third shot.
Yeah, just battling to make par. And this is going to be difficult.
Now the third shot for Hunter Mahan. On the green, and a chance for birdie. Settles in over the putt. Well, hello there.
Huge bonus making that one.
Wow, what a shot. Doesn't even need the putter. Frank, on this backside at Quail Hollow, a player does have a good chance to get off to a good start with that par 5 10th and now relatively short par 4 11th, where a player with a good drive could stick a short iron in their hands.
Yeah, this is one you're going to have to make a decision. You can just play this as a straightforward dogleg left par 4 and hit a 3-wood or a long iron up there and 9-iron or something like that into the green. Or, if you want it, you can try and blast a drive around the corner. I don't know if that's the more prudent play, but it's fun.
So that sets up a tougher second shot, missing the fairway with the drive, now in the rough. And it looks like it's in the rough there, Frank.
It might not be as bad as it looks.
Second shot coming out of the rough here.
I think if we stretch the tape, Rich, we might get to 29 feet.
Just trying to make clean contact from the rough. Good swing, good shot yet again. Birdie chance here. Very long putt, though.
Got to be a little careful if it gets away on him.
Just singes the edge, Frank.
Yeah, but at least he's burning the edges. You know you're hitting good putts.
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. And with that putt, he moves to 3 under. Putt for par. He needs one. Did the job right there. Par 4 12th here at Quail Hollow, 456 yards. Frank, break it down for us.
Well, there's no fairway bunkers either side, so you feel like there's nothing to work the ball off, and consequently, it's very easy to sneak it in the rough on the left or the right, and then that makes that second shot so much more difficult going up the hill. This is one hole that you have to pick a line on. You really have to know the line off the tee. There's a nice big tree down there in the distance. That's the one you want to work it off.
So the golf ball ends up in that first cut. It's a little bit less than 2 inches. You can see the golf ball. Should be able to get at it, but may not be able to control the spin. We'll see.
Oh, beautiful swing, and the result is every bit as good.
Good tee shot right in the short grass. Ends up in the first cut, and he'll have a pretty good look at the whole location from here. Frankie's managed to hit it in the rough yet again.
Yeah, this is hard to imagine. You know, the fairways aren't that narrow today.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. A good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Certainly had enough power, just didn't have any touch. He'll need to be strong with this. How good was that, Frank, from the rough?
Oh, that's amazing. That's a masterclass in short game.
Didn't hit it in there tight, but still with a good chance.
Yeah, if that's his worst shot at the end of the day, then I still think he's played well.
And getting ready for the putt. What a putt. Just missed, Frank.
That's cruel.
This is a par putt for Hunter Mahan. Nice par to remain 3 under. So they'll tap in. This game's amazing. You're rolling along, life is beautiful, and then bang.
Step away from the controller.
Total depression. Here we are at the par 3, 13th hole. It's 210 yards. What does it take here, Frank?
It's one actually where you'd rather be conservative than aggressive here. And the reason why is this green tends to roll off at the back and the front and the middle there. So it's just something that pitches more in the central part of the green is really what's required.
Well, that ball nestled down just a bit in that heavy rough. That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. That one was running so hot. Second shot coming out of the rough here. Been this way all day. Airtight, no mistakes, solid shot.
And yet another green in regulation.
Facing 29 feet. Missed on that one, Frank.
Yeah, not a problem. Second shot.
Well, once you hit double the par, it's time to just pick up and move on. Just to tap in to finish the hole. Now at -2 for the day. Wow, Frank, this is a really good little par 4, isn't it, the 14th?
It is, and this is where one of those strong three-woods comes in. The last 50 or 60 yards as the ball kicks down and towards the left, and it sounds like an aggressive play, but like a hard three-wood trying to run it down there is actually not a bad play.
Is it drivable?
It is drivable, but it's whether it's worth the risk. Ooh, nice little bounce forward. Should be close to 300, 290.
Little shaky behind the wheel today, Frank.
Shaky? Maybe put both hands on it.
We moved that one out there, but he is not going to like the lie.
That moved down in the rough.
Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. How about that shot right there from that lie in the rough to knock it that close? That's good. And here at 14, another chance to make a birdie with the right approach shot.
Yeah, laying back there a lengthy way in, the green will still kick to the left. So even though it's only a wedge in hand, you've got to aim right at this flag.
See if Hunter Mahan can make a birdie. so close.
And yet it still counts for another shot.
Well, there's an opportunity wasted.
Just knock it in for a par, and let's forget about this one. Golf is not about perfect, but it's going to hurt the course.
That's a step in the right direction. Makes the putt and makes the move to 3 over. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Holding steady now at 2 under par. Now at the par 5, 15th hole, 577 yards. Frank, you remember what Rory McIlroy did here in 2010, that final round, 62?
I certainly do, Rich. That was an amazing run on the second 9. And holes like this, too. He just stood up here with a driver and just obliterated it down there with a nice draw. Took those bunkers out of play and just set up a mid-iron.
Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie. Frank, did you hear the sound of that coming off the club face?
It was like a cannon.
Nothing wrong with that one. How about 300 yards and in the fairway? And from the fairway for his second shot here. And into the thicker stuff.
Let's see if he can bludgeon this one out.
Ball sitting down here in the rough. He's digging in. Frank did the prudent thing there, didn't he?
Yeah, in the end, really, you could have turned that into a disaster instead. Actually, a good chance, really, to perhaps get away with par.
Third shot, Martin Kaymer. On the 15th green in regulation, but not yet in the hole. This is about a 30-footer, and he'll look at it from a couple of different angles just to try to get a feel for it. Boy, this could be a tough one right here, Frank.
It's a very long putt, Rich. Obviously, it's difficult, but he still has a shot to sink this one for birdie.
That may have been a bit too much to ask for there, that distance putt, Frank.
Yeah, it's fine to be greedy before you hit the putt, but after you've hit it, 2 from that distance is fine.
Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. And with that putt, he moves to 3 under. Did the job right there. At last, we have arrived at the start of one of the most daunting finishing stretches in all of golf. They call it the Green Mile, 16, 17, and 18 here at Quail Hollow. The 16th is a par 4, 508 yards, Frank.
And this hole was made even more difficult when they pushed that green further left to bring the water more in play with the second shot. I mean, it's a great par four. It's strong in every single department.
Nothing to argue about there, right in the fairway.
Oh, if this is up, it's good.
Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot. And it looks like it's in the rough there, Frank.
It might not be as bad as it looks.
Right in the heart of the fairway, green light special. Frank, can one small tweak from an instructor lead to a big turnaround?
With the right player, yeah. You just want to hear the right message. It's like anyone in life. You just want to be pointed in the right direction.
Not his best shot, and now he'll have to deal with a bunker.
Yeah, they say the hardest shot in golf, the next one.
He'll need to be strong with this. Oh, can't hide the flagstick from that man. So getting set for a greenside bunker shot. Frank, when I think of the great bunker players in the history of the sport, I think about Gary Player, Seve Ballesteros, who you knew so well. What did they do that made them so effective on these greenside bunker shots?
They had an attitude for a start that was different. For them, it was, they saw possibilities. And they would imagine the amount of sand. Remember, because this is the only shot in golf where you don't have to hit the ball first. So they would really choose the amount of sand behind the ball, whether that was an inch or two. Aim the club at that and made sure they followed through. Whoa, what a bonus.
This is a par putt for Hunter Mahan. That's 2 under par, playing well. Frank, the 17th here at Quail Hollow. It is all you want.
And a bit more, actually. The only advantage the player has, it plays a little bit downhill. But when you look at the lake in front of you, if there's any swirling breeze out there, it just becomes a nightmare trying to choose the right club.
You went for the brief swim there, Frank. He's trying to stay dry now.
He is, just trying to avoid water on the brain as well. This will take a good swing.
Third shot now, after the last one found the deep blue.
Well, you can still minimize the damage here. It's only one bad shot that you got punished for.
Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot.
Well, there's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
This is a cross-country special. It's a good-looking putt right here. You might like it. Well holed, now to 3 under par. And it's a long way to the hole from here. Never easy. Wow, what a putt. That is huge. Now to the finishing hole here at Quail Hollow. Frank, what can we expect?
If there was a name for this hole, Rich, it should be called Narrows. The creek that meanders its way down the left side and actually divides that hole into really half the size of what a normal par 4 should be. That makes it hard. The bunker on the right is your bailout area. Just over 290 yards to get past that. And then the narrowest green that still sits up against the lake. This is just a brutal finish.
play it from there. 300 yards away and in the fairway. Second shot coming out of the rough here. Frank, it's not about getting the ball close to the hole from that spot.
Well, he had no chance to get it close. I thought he had very, very, very little chance of getting it on the green. So given that, that was a very good shot.
Getting set now over the putt. Wow, I thought he made that. Came to the putt, excited to make birdie. Now, settle for par.
Yeah, a little change in the attitude right now. When you've let one go, you've got to really knuckle down there and make sure you don't drop a shot. It's important this one goes on.
And that'll be a 75 on the day. See if Mahan can make his par. Keeps the momentum going with that putt. Stays at 3 under. Frank, a lot to like in this performance today.
Oh, it is. There's so many positives to take out of this round. Not just the possibility to win this week, but going forward. This is great golf.